Hello friends, this is Shirish Sebastian, a winning team server, reaching out to you with the English translation of Sochna to Padega by our Chief Mentor, Mr. SP Bharill. This voice note is an exclusive tool designed for the winning team family. Time to think. Yes friends, it's not only time to think, it's high time that you and I take a break and think. A well-wisher has passed on this podcast to you with a very pure intention of sharing with you a thought process that can change the way you think, change the way you speak, change the way you act. My humble request is that you keep your mind open to receive this message, and we will definitely appreciate your time and your effort, and recommend you to go through this message with a notebook and a pen to make notes of important points. Have you ever wondered why one individual has a lot of richness, prosperity, and so many blessings flowing in their life, while the others are struggling below the poverty line? Why? One individual's dreams comes true, while the other man's dreams are shattered. Why? Some enjoy immense recognition, respect, prosperity, while others, they keep on struggling for a lifetime. There are some who are blessed with time to enjoy their wealth, whereas some spend a lifetime trying to put their resources together and have no time on hand to sit back and enjoy. Some families are completely broken financially when the bread earner either loses his or her job or unfortunately passes away. And there are some who experience death of the bread earner. Definite emotional loss. But financially, the family remains safe and secure. Have you ever thought why some lead a life of choice while many lead a life of compromise? Have you realized that there are some who work till they die, and some are where money works for them? This message is not designed to stress you with these questions. This message is intended to answer many of your dormant questions. Listen carefully to this message. These are precious moments, and you are indeed blessed that this message has reached you. Listen to the complete track. Stay connected until the end of the track. Wake up to the fact that all the work going on in the world, all the projects, all the activities are in the process to fulfill a dream. All the people in the world are either in business or at a job, working professional, self-employed. They are working towards fulfilling a dream. The only difference is that some are working for their own dreams and some are working to fulfill someone else's dreams. It's impossible to be busy at work without a dream. But what is a dream? A goal, a target, a reason, a need, a satisfaction. In the book 18 Chapters, our Chief Mentor Mr. SP Bharill has redefined the meaning of a dream. To think of what seems impossible in the present is a dream. To think, get this right, to think of what seems impossible in the present. Nothing is impossible, friends. Maybe it seems impossible now, because if something is impossible, it wouldn't exist at all. To think, only think of what seems impossible. The biggest challenge is that people don't think. They don't dare to think. In the 90s, Kennedy had a thought that man can step foot on the moon. That thought was an impossible mission when it was first thought about. The project was undertaken and it became a reality. Man set foot on the moon. A dream came true. The Wright brothers had this thought running in their mind that things can fly. impossible during those times when man was struggling to get his act together, to even get a vehicle, a four-wheeler moving on the road. Here you had the Wright brothers thinking of something flying up in the sky. The thought became a dream. Think about it. And this dream became a reality. To think of what seems impossible in the present is a dream. It's time to think, time to dream. Think of those things that seem impossible in your life in the present day scenario. Don't hesitate to think, dare to think of the impossible. The impossible becomes possible only when you begin to start thinking about it. You need to think, how much will anyone achieve anything without first thinking about it? Expand your limits of thinking. Do not be afraid of thinking. Thinking of things beyond. Thinking of all those things that make you happy, enthusiastic, energetic. Think of all those things you want in life. Health, prosperity, happy families, secure investments, happy relationships. In his book, As a Man Thinketh, James T. Allen writes that when we become what we think, thinking becomes all the more important. Think of your dreams, your reason for that dream. Think of what makes you happy. All successful people in life are the ones who first thought about their dream. They did not think about the resources to fulfill their dreams. They did not dream with resources they had. They just thought about something different, something big, something wild. Their dreams, their goals. Resources started coming along the way. An ordinary person will dream according to available resources. But an extraordinary person first thinks about his goal, his dream. All resources fall in place eventually. He does not think based on what they have, think on what they want to achieve. The thought of the achievement is more than what they have. There are no resources-based dreams. First dreams and then resources keep adding up. There are two important elements: how and why. Get this right. Two important elements: how and why. In anything and everything that we do in life, two basic questions. Mediocre people are lost in the world of how. How to do this? How will this happen? How will the required resources be found? How? The smart ones focus on the why. If you invest too much thought on how, you will not get anywhere. Any work that you undertake, you need to be first and foremost very clear why. What is your strong, burning desire to achieve? What you want to achieve? Unfortunately, all institutions focus on how. Look at this. Sad thing in life. All schools, all colleges, all major institutions teach us how to get things done. All diplomas, all degrees will teach you how to get the job done. Nobody nudges us, encourages us to think why. The ones who know why to work employ those who know how to work. I repeat this point. It is important for you to realize this. The ones who know why to work employ those who know how to work. Why is more important than how. One person dreams and the whole world joins to make that dream come true. Employees know how to work. Business owners know why to work. The late Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, and a big example, a shining example of rags to riches, had a dream that every common man in the country should own a mobile phone. That every common man should have access to a mobile device. That was his dream of empowering the common man. He did not know how it will be done. He knew why. It was his dream, and as in all dreams, it came true. He must have called his think tank and shared his dream. He knew the why, and employees were hired who knew how. Maybe when he proposed the thought, someone from his technical team could have said, "It is not possible." I'm sure he must have lost his job on that day. And the one who said, "I know how it can be done," must have got promoted. The one who knows why to work hires those who know how to work. First, you decide why. We are not getting into the depth of dreams. We have another audio track, Fire Up Your Dreams. It will give you more detailed insights on dreams. But there is one point that we would definitely like to make here. One reference is a story of a rabbit and a dog. Well, a dog spotted a rabbit, and the dog very well knew that lunch is taken care of, so he could see his lunch, and he darted off. But now the rabbit is not a sitting duck. The rabbit darted off too, and the chase began all around the countryside. The rabbit and the dog, the rabbit in front, the dog chasing behind, and up and about, and the chase goes on and on and on. Finally, to the good luck of the rabbit spots a hole, and he squeezes himself right into the hole. Well, the dog, being big in size, cannot get into the hole, and the rabbit manages to escape. While parked inside the hole, he's still watching out and looking at the dog panting outside the hole, and I'm sure the dog must have already realized that lunch is gone. But the dog, panting and trying to catch his breath, pops out a question for the rabbit. He tells, "Brother Rabbit, I'm bigger in size, I'm faster than you. I could have any which ways gotten hold of you. How is that you managed to run so fast and I wasn't able to catch up pace with you?" The rabbit, also catching his breath, says, "Brother dog, there's one big difference. You were running for your lunch, whereas I was running for my life." Well, it's time to think. What are we running for? Are we running for lunch, or are we running to make a life? Simple reasons, profound results. A burning desire of the rabbit was much greater than that of the dog. It was a matter of his life. Friends, ask yourself this question. Your current engagement, your existing income, your existing business, is it good enough to meet the needs of your lunch, or are you building a life? Is your work your strong burning desire, or mere lunch? You need to be involved in an activity that is driven by a burning desire to make a life. It is a matter of life and death, friends. If you make the right choice and your why is clear, you will be unstoppable. You know, to fulfill all dreams, 99% resources is money related. Yes, you have 1% of the global population who would differ, and they would say, "No, we are more philanthropists and we would like to serve others, we would like to offer our services to others, we would like to make a difference in society, and we would engage in social service." So they would say that money is not so important. Well, ask them too. Even to serve the people, even of being able to be of use to people, you need money. So you would have good NGOs, you would have good social service organizations who would be asking people who have money to donate. So the bottom line always remains that you need money. So here, when we are talking in terms of 99% of the population, as we wouldn't want to spend time with the 1% population who feels money is not important. Well, let's talk to the 99% who realize that money is important. Even for social service, you need money. If you don't have it, you will be approaching those who have. So you're back to square one. 99% of the dreams need money. So we maintain that, and we try to approach this whole concept of a burning desire, of a dream, from a different perception. What we are discussing here is prosperity, equity, assets. We have to bear in mind that one aspect is prosperity and the other is income. We are not here to discuss routine income. We all have some source of income, a regular source of income. Everybody, with or without skills, manages to find himself, herself, a decent source of income. We are not talking about income here. What we are talking about is wealth creation, asset management, prosperity, exponential income. And we will encourage you to read the writings of the author Robert Kiyosaki, who clearly explains that wealth creation is not taught in institutions. These are lessons to be learnt and taught in every home. This could also be the reason why the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and the middle class remains in debt, paying EMI. It's a rat race, a trap. Unfortunately, lifetime spent in the process of income generation and not wealth creation. People end up with no time, no money. How do we get out of this trap? Moreover, it's not taught anywhere. This is why this audio track becomes all the more important. We want to share with you the philosophy of wealth creation. How and why do we need to work for making a life? It is no secret. Wealth creation can be learnt and taught. Think. Who makes more money? The one who is highly educated? Are they the ones making the big money? Or the ones who have multiple businesses? Are they the ones making money? Well, if all businessmen were making big money, look at the owner of the grocery store just around the corner. Well, for years on years he's been in that business. Is he a millionaire? No. You will find so many examples like this. So did the one have lots of money, lot of capital to invest? Did he become a millionaire? No. So many examples that they could not. We have so many first generation rich, they passed on the wealth to their second generation. Second generation could not manage it and they went bankrupt. So many stories. Then who made the millions? Oh, or is it the ones who are already rich with a big rich family history? Did they make the millions? Some of them, yes, but many of them went bankrupt. Oh yes, talent. I guess talent can make us rich. We have so many sports, so many movie celebrities, sports stars, movie celebrities who live the life king size and now living the life of a pauper. We have a leading tennis star who's been auctioning his trophies to save himself from getting bankrupt. Who then are creating wealth? Down the street, you have a vendor selling veggies. Have you ever noticed them? Plenty of them. He must be there since decades. One day, if he is unwell and he takes one day break, that upsets his income wheel. Maybe that day there would be no food at home. He has to show up at his shop every day for years and years together. The same veggies are also available in a supermarket. Same veggies, same rate. Who is selling? Not the owner. The owner might not even be aware of what are the vegetables available in his store. He has set up a system and the system is taking care of the sales. Now, even if the owner goes on a 1 month break, it's not going to affect his income like the vegetable vendor across the street. Here, When we spend a little time, invest a little time to think. The street vendor is an individual with 24 hours, whereas the supermarket has a network of multiple stores across the city, across the country. They have multiplied their presence, their time, their manpower, all multiplied. The same veggies are a source of wealth creation. Selling vegetables can make you a millionaire. That's not the point, friends. We do understand the dignity of labor. It's not that the cobbler's job is a very menial job and a mason's job is a menial job. I mean, this is this category, and it's not about ABC category. Work is work. And we believe in the dignity of labor. The point is not about what business we are in, what work we do. What's important is the methodology we use to get the work done. Is there duplication in the work that we do? Is there multiplication in the work that we do? The vegetable vendor across the street remained in the trap of hard work. As long as you work, money flows. When you stop working, income stops. The barber that you visit, the salon, same store, maybe some change in furniture, same style. He's managing his expenses and his income. And then you have a big brand salon. Outlets across the city, outlets across the country, where a simple haircut would even cost 5 times more than your regular salon. And maybe the owner has never trimmed anyone's hair. What's the difference? He has multiplied his business. Do all professionals become millionaires? Maybe some do. Depends on the methodology they use. We all know a doctor, a practitioner who practices homeopathy. Everybody must be knowing someone. We know their lifestyle, we know their resources. And there is also a homeopathy practitioner who owns a chartered flight in India. He has multiplied, he has duplicated his system across the country and even outside the country. Look at the power of duplication. To make this point even more clearer, I'm sure everyone listening to this audio track has enjoyed watching a circus. The lights, the music, the stunts, the clown, the animals, the fire act. Now this industry is suffering. No duplication. They perform, they make money. No performance, no money. On the other hand, look at the film industry. Duplication. One performance recorded. And the recorded version is showing across the nations, across countries. An exponential income. As compared to the circus, even during the lockdown, movies are still doing well. Well, the theaters are shut, but movies are getting released on social media channels. The income is still intact. Whereas on the same social media channels, there are very heart-wrenching, sad appeals of circus owners and performers who have completely lost their source of income on account of social distancing and no public gathering. The key word here, friends, is duplication. Power of duplication. Duplication of time and manpower. The art of leveraging time and effort, using the right tools to leverage and making work easy. Have you found a system which enables you to leverage your time, your effort? Imagine a truckload, full loaded truck with a flat tire. So what are you going to call out to the whole countryside, get 100 people across and 100 people put their hands up and they are the ones lifting the truck while you change the wheels? No, it's not done like that. It's impossible. The moment you notice a flat tire, out comes a jack. I mean what, 2 feet or less in height? Weighing, I don't know, whatever percentage times lesser than that of the whole truck. It goes on to the right spot. With the jack, the wheel goes up, the tire is changed, and you're up and about. The jack leveraged the effort of 100 people or more. A spanner, a wrench, a screwdriver, opening nuts and bolts, not possible with human bare hands, but job simplified with the help of tools. Similarly, how can you simplify the process of making money? How can you simplify the process of leveraging time and effort? Hard work is required, but only hard work cannot create wealth. What then is the philosophy? What is the fundamental of wealth creation? We break it up into three parts. First, we need to understand we need to leverage our time and effort. You need to master the philosophy. You need to learn the methodology to create wealth. A taxi driver could burn out his life behind the wheels. 20 years, 30 years, same job, same uniform, same badge. Whereas Ola and Uber have given a new dimension to the whole taxi industry. Man, without even owning a taxi, they own a network, a fleet of vehicles. Who's making the big money? They have learned how to leverage their time and effort. Point number 2. J. Paul Getty, one of the first billionaires in the US, has given a simple message that business is the only option to become a billionaire. Job and profession is not duplicable. And getting into a business of consumables is also important, and that too fast-moving consumable goods. Well, these are important messages that we get from billionaires. Think about the third aspect. In your success, there must be a contribution of the strength of others too. All businessmen make more money, not necessarily out of their own effort, but this could be a combined effort from others. Grocery owners, businessman, is he into wealth creation? Morning 7 to 11 in the night. Self-effort, no duplication. But what if the same grocery owner begins to franchise his store, multiple stores? Now are you seeing how the wealth is flowing in? But do all who have financial capacity and business acumen, do they become successful? Or we need to understand the power of franchising. What we want is to highlight is that a common man can engage in some common activities. A common person can leverage his or her time or effort. Is that even a possibility? On an average, 85% of the global population is working. 15% is in business. But not all the 15 have understood the philosophy. Are they earning exponentially? The remaining 85%, you need to get into a business. They don't get this opportunity, or we wouldn't know what happens with the 85%, what happens with their thought process. Because the 85% who stay away from business have got 3 major mental hurdles. I repeat, mental hurdles, mental block. The first one, in their thought process, what is very, very predominant is that they lack investment. Well, I want to get into business, but I don't think I have the investment to get into business. The second thing that locks them down is the lack of knowledge to run the business. Oh, I might get into the business, but then I don't know how to do this, so I might not have the necessary knowledge, skills to run the business. And 3 is the lack of ability to take risk. The fear of risk, the fear of failure. These are 3 factors that keep them away from business. Lack of investment, lack of knowledge, and lack of the ability to take risk. But what if these 85% people are connected to an education system that encourages them to explore the opportunities as an entrepreneur, to own an independent business? What if somebody offers them a helping hand to break these 3 mental barriers? That you don't need big investment to get into business. You don't need all the knowledge about the business to get into that business. You definitely don't have to take any risk to explore a business. Common mindset will push you to look for a job. Because these three factors are there, right? Investment, knowledge, risk. We want to eliminate these three hurdles. That's the main intention of this audio track. And it's possible in two ways. Either you get the work done with 100% effort or 1%. Or you get 1% effort out of 100. Think, which option would you choose? Depending on the 100% effort of 1% or getting 1% effort out of 100 people. Even if one fails, the effect is only 1%. But if 1% fails where he's contributing 100%, that's 100% loss. That is what we call smart work. This is duplication. This is leverage. If you have already found a method to duplicate and leverage your time and your effort, we are happy for you. If not, we are here to explain the philosophy. We are not here to give you a philosophical jargon. We are not here to make empty claims. We are not here to talk to you about a burning desire, about a strong dream, and then leave you high and dry. No. We are here to provide a solution to achieve your heart's desires. So many thoughts in your mind already. How? Why? How can I do this? Will I be able to do this? Am I cut out for this? Relax. Take a deep breath. If we have woken up dreams in your heart, if we have stirred up a hot burning desire inside you, we will also show you a path to live the life of your dreams. We are here to handhold and guide you for the right understanding of duplication. Because the right understanding of duplication, friends, is intellectual distribution system. Get this right. Noted economist and author Paul Zane Pilzer educates people worldwide that in the early 1980s, economy was circling around those in the field of manufacturing. So you remember all the ages, the Ice Age, the Stone Age, the whatever age, we've seen the mechanical age, and then we moved into the IT age, and now we are stepping into the distribution age. This is the distribution era. Prosperity and financial freedom is in intellectual distribution, which is also known as network marketing. It is a new and different thought process, a new vision. What's the definition of network marketing? We don't know your thoughts, your experiences about this subject. There are many Ponzi schemes who camouflage themselves as network marketing. No. Ponzi investment schemes are different. Network marketing is a whole legit form of business. You need to learn to unlearn. Wipe off your preconceived ideas and experiences. Network marketing is intellectual distribution. Creating a network of consumers with product and services that add value to life. Product and services they may or may not be aware of. An opportunity to make a difference in life. This is network marketing. It is a form of intellectual distribution system. This is a similar concept to that of laying a pipeline or private and personal franchising concept. Days are gone, friends, when you invest in manufacturing, in infrastructure, in distribution, logistic, advertisement. All this is old school. Now people have already started using the e-platform, and e-commerce is here to stay. Well, all of you are connected on e-commerce, but that is only to buy products. Is e-commerce a source of income for you? Ask yourself this question. Is e-commerce a source of income for you? For shopping, the old school of thought, you need to look at a mall, you need to look at a space, you need to rent a place. And then comes manpower, there comes labor cost, investments, overheads, electricity bills to pay. All this is old school of thought. Now at the time when you click a button, and shopping can be done. That too accessing international quality products. Why would you want to step into the old school of thought? This is a new form of distribution. It is not necessary to own a shop. It is not necessary that you need customers who come physically visiting you, touch and feel and buy and yes and no. We live in a different world now. Social distancing is here to stay, and so is social media, and so is digital technology. So don't explore the old obsolete method. With changing time, we need to accept and adapt to network marketing. The only hitch is that there is no one to educate us. What if we find someone or get connected to an education system that can teach us the basics of network marketing? No need to invest on infrastructure. There is an education system and a well-wisher who has shared this audio track with you, who are willing to offer you an opportunity to explore. Friends, don't miss this. Changing times, paradigm shift in the businesses worldwide. Things are changing at a very rapid pace. Many ideas are now wiped away and the new is born. Adapt to the new. Before, change was something which happened once in 50 years, once in 10 years. Everything stands changed in the last 6 months. Leading coffee brands have shut down hundreds of their outlets. An accommodation service provider, online accommodation service provider who was doing extremely well, says 12 years of hard work has been washed away in 6 months of a lockdown. Unfortunately, people have to look at their old perceptions of things and they have to evaluate the current situation. You cannot afford to have an old school of thought in these times. People don't want to accept change. They don't want to adapt themselves. But these are times where change is required. One needs to adapt to this change. Increase his or her pace to catch up with changing times. You don't have to stay away from this industry and keep a safe distance. An economist, an author once mentioned in the early 40s and 50s, he used to read in the newspapers that 60% of American products in America will move through network marketing, will move through direct selling. And he used to ridicule the people who wrote those articles. But he says now, when he sees analysts, economists speaking all praises about network marketing, and when he actually sees more than 60% of the product and services available through network marketing, he realizes that his laughter was his folly. Unfortunately, he did not realize the potential of this industry. So here, friends, when we are here about educating, you need to understand that network marketing is already a subject taught in these schools. But again, taught. Here you have the winning team education system that actually gives us good insights in lessons and also practical applications. This industry in the last decade has produced more millionaires than any other industry. You need to accept this fact. This is an opportune time for you to make your due diligence and explore this industry. The secret of becoming a billionaire is to identify an opportunity at the right time. When time and effort gets multiplied, financial growth is exponential. You have now realized that wealth creation is possible with duplication and leveraging your time and effort. This is the only option. With very limited investment, unlimited knowledge, absolutely no risk, you can explore a business opportunity where there is no option. Please get this right. When there is no option, why would you stay away from this one? Fortunately, your well-wisher has passed on this audio track to you. You have taken the trouble of patiently listening to this track. Take time to think and take a decision. Success comes easy to those who work with a team. Where team is, the acronym synonym for together everyone achieves more. Here, in this industry, you are not alone. You become a part of a team of like-minded entrepreneurs, team of experienced leadership, where there is a synergy of positive qualities of everyone involved. You know, when we work alone, that's a major risk, friends. When we work alone, our positives push us up, our negatives definitely bring us down. Whereas when we work in a team, all the positives get together and the negatives are kind of in a check and balance, and we progress. Look at it like in the form of a game of either chess or football. Chess is a one-man's game. You sit on the board, you have an opponent in front of you, you have to do all the thinking, you have to think of all the right moves. So your strength can get you the cup. Your weakness can also cost you the match. But this is not what happens in football. Football is a team sport. We have seen so many examples where star players did not perform up to the mark, and there was a last-minute substitute who came and scored a goal and won the cup for the team. This has happened so many times. So the champions in the team could be having a rough day, but it doesn't matter. The other team members in the team rise up to the occasion and they are able to win the match. So in a teamwork, it's not only about your plus and minus. There are others also who are chipping in. This is a team in action. So team in action, victory also is assured. So taking the right decision, the whole idea of getting this audio track across to you is to enable you to take the right decision. There could be so many thoughts flashing across your mind that even if you decide to explore this industry, how will you choose the right team? How will you choose the right company? How to build this business? Well, the person who has recommended this track to you will answer all these questions to you in detail. After you listen to the track, get connected with your friend. Get more details. We would definitely want you to be informed about the fastest growing network marketing company. A company that is growing globally as well. A company with a wide range of product and services, a robust marketing plan, adaptable marketing plan, state-of-the-art app, up-to-mark website, special range of health and wellness products to build our immunity, operating across India and now present in more than 8 countries. Well, which is the company? What will I need to do in this company? All these details are available with the one who shared this audio note with you. You connect as soon as possible to know more. With so many online sessions to attend, and we would definitely recommend that these sessions you attend with business. You have what it takes. All you need to do is awaken the entrepreneur in you. Tap that magical potential inside you, which is untapped. Get connected immediately with a well-wisher who shared this track with you. You can do it. So wishing you all the very best, friends, and welcoming you to be a part of this global mission of ours. The Winning Team Education System is the fastest growing education system in the world. Welcome on board, and we sincerely appreciate your effort in giving us a patient hearing. All the best, and God bless us all.